Hi guys, Dazzie with another episode on my showcase series. This time it's episode 66, and tonight I will be showcasing the random Marvel minor keys in my personal collection part 3. I left you on the letter E last time round, so we're going to start with F's in just a second. Some of these books you'll know about, some maybe a little bit unfamiliar with, some valuable books in amongst them, and some pretty scarce books. But before we go there, as always guys, I run polls on my community page, and this latest poll I'm going to reveal the results for was I asked you which of these 5 Marvel male villains is your favourite, and the options were Purple Man, Thanos, Loki, Kingpin and Magneto. Now, I had pretty much a record of 33 votes on this one, which was great. And no surprises that my favourite, the Purple Man, received no votes. I knew that was probably going to be the case. In 4th place, and this poll, by the way, was probably the closest results one we've had yet. In 4th place was Thanos with 21% of the votes. Kingpin was next up with 24% of the votes, and the joint winner this time around for the first time ever was Loki and Magneto with 27% of the votes. As always guys, thanks to everyone who had a little vote on those polls. Yeah, just a little bit of fun. I'll put them up most days. Okay, so let's get into the books, and we're starting with the letter F. First up, we've got a Captain America book, and this is Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America. And this is issue 3, and this is the Turner cover. And this is the first cover appearance featuring Clint Barton and Kate Bishop. It is the first unofficial meeting of Clint Barton and Kate Bishop. Kate is unaware of Barton's real identity, disguised as a Captain America replacement. Okay, this book, I've got a couple of copies of this, and I'm going to list one when we get more news on that Hawkeye TV show. I ended up paying £4.50 for this nice copy in Worcester. I've said it before, check out my Comic Hunting Adventures videos, and the Worcester shop is out of this world. And it really is out of this world for back issues, guys. When did I pick that up? Just recently, this year. Okay, up next, we've got Force Works issue number 1. And I picked this up because this is the first appearance of the Force Works team, and they are a team in my encyclopedia. And you know me guys, if they're there, I've got to pick them up. So it's the first appearance of Sentry and Recorder RE404 and Plateau. £1.83 for this one. And yeah, it's one of those like pull-out covers. I can't remember what it's called. Is it called a gatefold cover? Something like that. But yeah, first appearance of the Force Works team. Up next, oh, this is a classic issue in my opinion. We got Fool Killer issue number 1. Oh my days, this is the first appearance and origin of the 3rd Fool Killer, who is Kurt Gerhardt. Okay, so £1 for that one in the local gaming shop here in Gloucester. That was a nice pickup, because this book can go for double figures quite easily on a good day. High grade. Picked that up in the early 2019. Let's get into some Ghost Rider books, guys. I want to be adding a lot more Ghost Rider keys going forwards as the MCU goes into the supernatural element side of things. First up, from the original run, we have Ghost Rider issue 22. Another character in my encyclopedia, and that is the Enforcer, who is Charles L. Delasny Jr. £1.22 for that. In the middle of 2017 at the summer variant GloucesterCon. And then we go on to the, is it the 2nd volume of Ghost Rider? And this is issue 1. We all know the book, guys. This is the first appearance and origin of the 2nd Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch. And a young baby version of Danny Ketch actually appeared in the Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance movie. We've also got the first appearance of Death Watch in this. And the Cypress Pool Jokers gang. Wow. £5 for this at the con in Cheltenham, which is the True Believers Comic Festival. If you're in my kind of location, guys, which is Gloucestershire, That is one of the best cons you can get for comics. That's every February in Cheltenham. A recent pickup now, a book that has been in my top 20 for a few weeks. It has just been confirmed that this character is supposedly coming to the MCU. This is Ghost Rider issue number 2. And this is the first appearance of the villain Blackout, who is Ray Carrigan, one of the Lilin. And a loose version of Blackout appeared in, again, the Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance movie, which was pretty poor by all accounts. I've said it before, Nicolas Cage, I don't know what he was on at that point, but he lost it a couple of times. £2.72 for that. That's a nice upgraded copy. My other one is actually listed. I just turned down the cheek. Somebody offered about half price, though. I'm not taking that. Up next, Ghost Rider 21. And this is the first appearance of Michael Badalino, who later becomes Vengeance. And Vengeance is one of Ghost Rider's main villains. We can see him appearing down the line. Oh, I forgot to say, Blackout, of course, is going to be the villain of the Marvel Midnight Suns. Marvel Midnight Suns, yeah. There's a movie coming apparently down the road. £1 for this one in the Cheltenham, one of the Cheltenham charity shops. The big book now of the run, of course, we've got Ghost Rider issue 28. And the first appearance of the Midnight Suns, or first cameo appearance of them. Strongly rumoured to be getting their own movie soon. We've also got the first appearance of the Night Stalkers team, who were in the Blade Trinity movie. The first appearance of the Caretaker, who was in the first Ghost Rider movie and the Hulu Hellstrom show. First appearance of Lilith, and the first appearance of her offspring, Meat Market. So bang for your buck with this issue. £1 for this one, still polybagged. And to go with that, £1.32 for this unpolybagged version, so I've got a reader copy too. But that book, I've sold a couple of them of late in the £20 and upwards price. To go with that, we've got issue 31, another recent pickup for 75p. The first full appearance of the Midnight Suns, aka the Nine, who is Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, Blade, Doctor Strange, Hannibal King, Frank Drake, Victoria Montesi, Louise Hastings, and Sam Buchanan. And this is part 6 of the Rise of the Midnight Suns. Initially it was polybagged with a poster, but mine is not polybagged, as you can see. Moving on from 31 all the way up to issue 87. I don't know how many of you know about this book. £2 for this one. And this is the first appearance of one of the villains from the first Ghost Rider movie. It was pretty pitiful, and that was a villain called Wallow, who was Max Pressman. Those early villains in that first Ghost Rider movie, I could have beat up, I reckon. They were shocking, weren't they? There we go. What did I say? £2 for that one in the Birmingham Con 2018. And then we go to, I think it's the 3rd or 4th volume of Ghost Rider. This is issue 1, and this is the first appearance of the 3rd Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones, a Mexican-American woman. She was rumoured to be coming into the Blade movie. I don't know if that is still the case. This is a Fear Itself tie-in, and this is the regular Adam Kubrick cover. I've had 2 or 3 of these. This is my best copy, which I paid 89p for in a geek shop in Weston-super-Mare. Let's get into some G.I. Joe books. I don't have too many keys in my collection, but the ones I got, I'm going to show you. This is G.I. Joe issue number 2. And this is the second printing. This is the second appearance of General Austin, the second appearance of Snake Eyes, the second appearance of Breaker, General Flag, Quinn, Scarlet, and Stalker. Of course, we're getting a Snake Eyes movie. I haven't checked what this second printing is going for, but, you know, all these later printings of keys now seem to be going for quite a lot of money. We skip from 2 up to 26. And this is the first appearance and death of the Hardmaster, ahead of the Arashi Cade clan. He appeared in the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra movie, which I own, and he will be making an appearance in the Snake Eyes movie. It's also the first appearance of Softmaster, the origin of Snake Eyes, and pretty good issue all round. £1.19 for this one in my big pound pickup haul in Weston-super-Mare. I've said it before, guys, if you haven't checked out that Western haul, There's part 1 and 2. I filled my boots with books, mate. Guys, mate. There were so many keys in this back room, and I got them at a fantastic price. The shop owner was great with me. From 26, we go to 27, and this is the origin of the Snake Eyes Part 2. 50p for this at the Collectomania Con in Birmingham, and that was in 2018. It's the second appearance of Softmaster. Again, this is a second printing. Not something I usually go for, but when they're keys. From 27, we go up to issue 60. And this is the first appearance of a character called Chuckles, who was Philip M. Provost. And at one point, he was rumoured to be getting his own movie, Chuckles. So I don't know whether that is still the case. It's also the first appearance of Falcon, who was Vincent R. Falcone. And the first appearance of Monkey Wrench, who was Bill Winkle. £6 for this. I've had 2 or 3 of these as well. Here's a book I made a hot comic book alert about, believe it or not, because at the time Sylvester Stallone was making, he is apparently making a prequel TV show. And with that came the first appearance of Rocky in G.I. Joe Order of Battle issue number 2. And this is just a fantastic issue that was going for well in excess of 20 odd quid at one point. I paid £3.50 for this. Now, I think the book has been kind of recalled now. One of my mates showed me a post about it. So that's a pretty cool issue. And let's get into that book because it is just hysterical. Like I say, it's not really a comic, as more so it details characters inside. And there he is, guys. Look at that legend. Look at that. Rocky Balboa. And apparently he trains the GIs. And here's an excerpt from a memo from Brigadier General Abernathy talking about Rocky. He is one of the best there is with his fists, and nobody can touch him with his pugil sticks. What is that all about? But that's not the reason I want him training the Joes. Anybody can teach technique. I want the Joes to see what it is to take a beating and come back fighting. To stand up and take everything the other guy's got to give and give back in full measure. That's worth more than a tip on how to perfect your right hook. Wow. Just doesn't get better. Can you imagine seeing Rocky fighting Clubber Lang with pugil sticks? Hilarious. Okay, from G.I. Joe, let's get a Generation X. And this is issue number 1. This is the first appearance of the Generation X team. There was actually a Generation X TV movie. We got the first appearance of Chamber, M-Plate and DOA and Penance in this book. £2.75 for that. Middle of 2017 at the Malt House in Stroud. Couple of Guardians of the Galaxy books. First up we got issue 13. And this is the first cover appearance of the Spirit of Vengeance, who is Wily Adas Autoculus. There we go. That's a mouthful. £1.67 for that book in the Worcester Con. Took me quite a while to find that one. Here's a bit of a novelty book. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy issue 41. And why have I got this one? Let's get another book open to show you guys. Because I think this is a pretty decent key now, because this is the first appearance of an overweight Thor. Yeah, can you believe this book was selling quite well at one point? I don't know what it's doing now, but I do think that the overweight Thor is coming back for Thor 4, at least at the start of it from what I have read. So just a little fun book, which I picked up at the Worcester Con for £1.67. You know, don't pay eBay prices at the moment, guys, because eBay books are going through the roof, aren't they? Mid-grades are going at VF prices. Ratties are going at fine copies. I don't know. I haven't bought a real good book on eBay for some time. Much better and cheaper deals in the wild. Okay, from there we go to Guardians of Nowhere, and this is issue number 3. And the reason I picked this up, this is the first appearance of a character that appeared in one of the Disney animated shows, which was Marvel Rising, I think. And this is the first appearance of a character called Hala the Accuser, who was the villain in the show. And there was a movie as well, I think. This is Secret Wars Warzones tie-in, £2.40 for that. They've appeared on screen. I'm after them for cheap. And up next, Here's a fun little book. We got Groot, issue number 4. The first cameo appearance of Baby Groot, who appeared, of course, in the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. £1 for that one, which is a bit of a bargain. This is usually between a £10 and £20 book. Pick up the GloucesterCon 2018. Let's get into some Hawkeye books because the Hawkeye show is fast approaching. I showed you one just now, kind of, in the Captain America book. But this time we've got Hawkeye issue 9. And this is the first cameo appearance of the Clown, who was Kazi Kazmierosek, who was a mercenary, and he's going to be the chief villain, I believe, of the Hawkeye TV show. £1.11 for that, Area 51 in Bristol. Check out my comic hunting adventures videos to see that shop. Oh, there's so many books in there, guys, it's great. And to go with issue 9, issue 10. I think I saw this book being showcased on Mercenauts channel. I've had this book for some time. Paid £4.95 for this. This is the first full appearance of the Clown. And this is the Pablo Rivera 1 in 20 Many Arms of Iron Man incentive variant. So that was a bit of a steal, I think. Especially if the Clown character really takes off. And to go with that one, we go to issue 11. Pretty happy to find this in a shop in Cardiff that I probably won't go back to again. Paid £3.18 for this. This is the solo story from the point of view of Lucky the Pizza Dog. And Lucky the Pizza Dog will be in the Hawkeye TV show. This was the 2014 Eisner Award winner for Best Single Issue. Happy to add that one. We come to a more recent volume of Hawkeye now. And this is issue 7. I've got a couple of copies of this one. This is the first appearance of Eleanor Bishop, Kate's mother, who is going to be in the Hawkeye TV show. Look out for this book, guys. I can see this hitting double figures. £2.80 for this. A book that is really hot at the moment. It's in a lot of top 10s and 20s. Is I think is it the following volume, or it could be the same volume, forgive me. This is Hawkeye issue 1, guys, but this is the first appearance of Ramon Watts, later gains powers in West Coast Avengers issue 9, and £2 for that one, which is a steal because this is going upwards of 20 at the moment. People are obviously specking on Kate Bishop, and if you're getting Kate Bishop, they're probably thinking Ramon Watts is coming. I don't think so, but there we go. A book. One of the reasons I'm not going back to the Cardiff shop is I was told everything was £2 to £3. Long story short, I got my receipt, and this one I was actually charged £10 for. Can you believe? This is Hawkeye Blind Spot issue number 1. This is the first appearance of Hawkeye's brother Barney Barton as Trickshot, and I believe Trickshot is rumoured, or at least Barney Barton is, for the Hawkeye TV show. Nice high grade at least. And my final Hawkeye book I will show you is Hawkeye vs. Deadpool, issue 0. Paid £3 for this at the car boot here in Gloucester. This is the first cameo appearance of Spider-Gwen, believe it or not, Gwen Stacy. It's also the first cameo appearance of the female Thor, later revealed to be Jane Foster. This book was going upwards of 30 to 40 at one point. I reckon it's around about 15 to 20 now. Not bad for £3. A recent pickup, I did a package of shame, and this book was actually in there. I've got a bit of a subscription crease now, but what can you do? I'm not going to moan too much. I only paid £2.69. It's not good enough though. This is Hercules issue and the Heart of Chaos issue 1. The reason I picked this one up is the first appearance of Agent 33, who is Cara Lynn Palamas. She was like a clone, and she was actually the lover of Grant Ward, one of the agents, and she perished in the show. I'm really enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the moment. It's also the first appearance of Agent 72, who is John Farrett. £2.69 for that one. Next, we've got a part of a fantastic competition I won from Joker 68. If you haven't checked out the winnings from that, check out Dazzie's comic book extras in my playlists. So many great books. I won some signed things. Fantastic. This was part of it. Human Fly issue number 1. Nice Bronze Age book. First appearance and origin of the Human Fly was Rick Rajat. Or Rojat, sorry. The Human Fly is based on a real person and stuntman named Rick Rojat. Howard the Duck. This is issue 15. I picked this one up firstly because it was a character in my encyclopedia. Then we were supposed to be getting an animated Howard the Duck show, which was going to be adult based, and this is the first appearance of Dr. Bong, who is Lester Verde, one of Howard the Duck's arch nemesis, and he was meant to be the villain of the show. Whether it still happens, I don't know. Obviously, we are getting currently the MODOK show, and now Hitmonkey is back on the cards, isn't it? So that might still happen. Up next, Iceman issue 3, paying for this at that Western Hall. This is the first full appearance of Oblivion, again a book that I've seen go upwards of £20. He is meant to be a very, very powerful villain. And we're going to finish with a couple of Iron Fist books. First up, The Immortal Iron Fist, issue number 1. This is the first appearance of Orson Randall, the Iron Fist, before Danny, who focused his chi into his firearms, sometimes calling the style of gun fu. What is that all about? £1.50 for that one. Nice high grade Birmingham Con of 2019. And the final book is Immortal Iron Fist, issue 8. And this is the first appearance of Fat Cobra, the Bride of Nine Spiders, Dog Brother, the Prince of Orphans, and the first appearance of Tiger's beautiful daughter, who is Li Hua. That's it, £1.50 for that as well. So that's a wrap, guys. We'll continue with the eyes next time we'll come back. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, all that jazz. I love making these videos and I love this community. Thanks and bye.